This is Ryan Watches a Movie, where we get our friend Ryan to watch a movie and tell us what he thought.
Going balls out in the lumberyard, watching the grunion crawl magi. If you're listening to this, don't even waste your time.
Hello and welcome to Ryan Watches a Movie. This is episode number 108. My name is Adam. With me today, we're joined by Kevin. How are you, Kevin?
I'm doing okay.
And we're also joined by Ryan. How are you?
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. Or no, 1 week. We skipped last week, that's right. What movie did we have you watch this week, Ryan?
Noah's Ark.
Noah's Ark. This is in honor of Noah, coming out this week. This came out in 1999, stars Jon Voight and Mary Steenburgen. The synopsis says, in the biblical story from Genesis, God floods the world as Noah rescues his family and the animals in a gigantic ark. Oh, God. Ryan, what'd you think of Noah's Ark?
Terrible. It's a TV movie, right?
It is a TV miniseries, yes.
First of all, it was 2 hours and 15 minutes long. And it was also 2 hours and 15 minutes of shit I don't care about.
What? What? You don't care about Noah?
You don't care about the amazing story from Genesis?
You're not in the floods? Come on. Everyone's in the floods.
The only thing about floods I am the surrounding.
Why don't you tell us about what happened in this movie?
Please enlighten me. I don't know Noah's story.
It has some different stories from the Bible that overlap each other.
Okay.
And Noah has this friend named Lot. And while they're friends at the beginning of the day, then he turns out to fuck him in the end because he turns into a pirate and tries to take over the Ark. And I'm not really sure if this was supposed to be a comedy or not, but there's definitely some comedic elements in it, and the music also points to that. Everyone's accent pisses me off. Noah's kids all sound like they're straight from England, but Noah and Mary Steenburgen have no accent at the beginning, and then as the story progresses, they magically gain one, and it's pretty fucking terrible.
Okay. So, Jon Voight and Mary Steenburgen are husband and wife in this?
Yes. And they build this ark, and, well, God tells Noah that he's going to destroy the city that he lives in, and tells him not to tell anyone. And Noah tells a few people. And then God
Don't tell anyone.
then God
Keep it a secret.
God destroys the city.
Oh,
And
God.
Noah decides to build an ark in the middle of nowhere. And he sets up a little camp and constructs a massive ark. And
I think we get the rest of the story.
I want to start a new thing where every week we just have Ryan tell us stories from the Bible.
Ooh, it can be a new segment. Ryan's Bible Stories.
I would kill myself.
It's hilarious to hear him recount Bible stories.
Well, I'm pretty sure that in the actual Bible story, there's supposed to take 2 of every animal. But in this one, there's more than 2 of a few animals.
So it's just sort of like a grab bag of animals.
Yes.
They just take what they can get.
There's a lot of goddamn birds. expect
bet.
to see 2 birds, and there were a whole lot of birds.
I just
Now, how
wondered
does?
why do the birds need to be on the ark in the first place?
Yeah.
Those-
Anyway, how does he gather up the animals? Does he just call out to them?
Bird
They don't
calls?
really show that.
Oh,
As
What?
soon as,
That's
they kind of like cut to him leading the animals in, and I guess he just goes out in the wilderness and he gathers up tigers and shit and takes them on the ark.
I'm imagining it's like a nightclub that you have to get into, and there's like a velvet rope, and Noah's standing there, and he's got like an earpiece in and a clipboard, and he's like, okay, you and you.
he sent
You're
out
in,
he sent
not
out
you.
a bunch of birds. That's who he told. He sent out like carrier pigeons to pick the best of the best. It's like a ragtag type group, and then they all
What's
meet up at the ark.
And they show him come emerging from the woods in slow motion
Mm-hmm.
as a group.
That'd be awesome.
Nice. I love it. I love the idea.
Or,
What about,
or
like,
better yet, they're just
Yeah.
like the animals are just hanging out, and they're like, "What the fuck's going on over there? What are they building?" And they just sort of like wander in.
That idea sounds a lot better than this movie was.
What about like insects and lizards and things?
They don't-
Snakes.
There any
They
unicorns?
show some snakes,
Okay.
and there's a lot of those fuckers too.
Is there unicorns?
There are no unicorns.
That's bullshit.
No unicorns?
Dinosaurs? Any dinosaurs?
I didn't see any.
I think you would have remembered.
I
They should.
imagine a dinosaur would probably break the ark.
Hmm.
Noah would become the flood, which would make the whole story non-existent.
Now, I'm completely ignorant when it comes to these Bible stories. In the Bible, as far as the human population, did some people survive, or was it just Noah and his wife that survived?
Are you asking me? 'Cause
Yeah, I'm asking.
You're our new pastor. Tell us.
I don't-
Enlighten us, Ryan.
I don't know shit about the Bible.
You're a
Well, what
terrible
about in the
pastor.
movie? What about in the movie? Did other people survive other than Noah and his wife?
They-
Well, he was his kids, right? Ham.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there were other people on the boat,
Okay.
and they were like I said, like that Lot guy. He came up and he was a pirate with other pirates. So I assume that,
I'm pretty
So it
sure.
to like a
Oh,
Waterworld scenario.
yeah, kind
I'm
of.
pretty sure the whole pirate thing was not in the Bible.
That'd be awesome. if it
I'm,
was.
I'm rewriting the Bible.
Well, in the new Noah, it does look like Ray Winstone.
Well, I think that's one of the biggest differences is that in the Bible, like no one listens to Noah. They just ignore him because they think he's crazy. That's what I don't understand with the new Noah. Like the whole like village comes in the name of the king, and there's like flaming swords. And it's like, no, it's just a guy that built an ark in the middle of nowhere while everyone else was like, that guy's fucking nuts.
They know
Did you hear
everyone.
about what that asshole Noah's doing out there?
Everyone thinks Noah's crazy.
He's taking all the fucking gopher wood for his giant fucking ark.
A few people listen. No.
A few people listen. Okay. Because I was curious about repopulation after the flood. Because Noah looks like a pretty old dude. Same with
Well,
his wife.
if Noah and his wife were the only two left, it would be like an Adam and Eve scenario all over again.
Yeah, except they're old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she would have went through menopause by then.
Probably.
But
Then again,
the only thing I remember is Ham. I think Ham's the one that goes to Africa in the biblical story. He goes to Africa and repopulates Africa. But I forget the other kids' names and where they go. But I think they were all men, which I don't know. Maybe one of these days I'll read the Bible or something.
We'll just have to. We'll each have to pick up one of these like illustrated Bible stories for kids.
I'm good.
Just,
for that.
just go to the pediatrician. Just hang out in the waiting room and just read their books.
Maybe they have like a pop-up book we could get and refresh ourselves on this.
I did know in this movie at the beginning when the city Noah lives in is destroyed, that fucking like flaming balls come out of the sky.
No, when
Which
you say
I
balls, what kind of balls are you
meteors.
talking about?
They look like meteors,
Meteors.
comets,
Wow,
and they just rain down in the city.
meteor shower. I noticed this has a pretty amazing cover with a great floating head cover. Now, as far as like the animals go, this is I take it that they weren't CG, right? They were actually real animals.
Yeah, but they were like when they were together, like the tigers and like anything they would kill. I'm pretty sure they were CG together.
Mm. Is there enough content here for like a 278-minute miniseries? Like
No.
what happened? I mean, other than him making an ark and gathering up some animals, like it just doesn't seem like there'd be enough story there.
Yeah, it sounds like
I
you
think
banged this shit out in like 30 minutes.
it was long and drawn out and stupid.
What did they draw out? Did they show him building the ark in real time?
But when he built the ark, that lasted for I'd say probably 40 minutes.
40 minutes? Was it a sweet montage
It
with the
was
song Push It to the Limit playing?
Measuring out those cubits.
it was knowing his kids building shit.
Building shit.
And magically planks of wood appeared, neatly stacked up.
He sent one of his kids down to the hardware store.
Fucking Hackingers, dude.
Sent him down to the Heckingers. Pick up some 2x4s.
I hope, or I wish that that's what this miniseries was. There was like 4 episodes where it was just him building an ark for an entire hour. Just no music, no dialogue. Just John Voight
John Voight
just
building an ark. And occasionally Mary Steenburgen would come with lemonade, give him a little refresher, and then back to the ark.
Oh my God. This sounds awful.
I desperately want to see John Voight running around in the woods trying to gather up 2 of every animal. Just running around struggling to capture all these animals. That's just the funniest thing.
That's 3 episodes right there.
I could just see him getting so frustrated, just so mad. Like, God damn it, these fucking zebras will not cooperate.
Oh God.
Imagine all the animals that would get eaten by other animals.
That would also be humorous to see. Like he brings them all into the ark. Doesn't build like stables or anything. Just brings them all up, and the lions just go ape shit. And just start
kill
eating,
everybody.
just start tearing into animals left and right. Everything goes to shit.
That would be the funniest scene. Like he would go out to gather up like a few remaining animals, and he comes back to the ark and he goes inside and he's like, "God damn it, the lions got out."
Everyone is
And there's just blood. The walls are just painted with blood.
Oh God.
It's just like one lion sitting there, and he's just like, "What?"
The lion actually ate another lion.
Yeah. Oh God. This movie sounds amazing.
Our version of it, yes.
Our version of it.
I
Let's
feel
hope
as though
that
that's what we should do. We should get in the business of making biblical films.
and just making them how we want,
Mm-hmm.
how we envision it.
Just secondhand, like what we hear from people, how the Bible stories go, and we'll just fill in the rest.
I like this. I like this idea. Well, let's talk about the director, John Irving. He did this whole series, I guess. I don't know how many episodes this miniseries was. Probably, I guess maybe just 2.
I'm gonna say probably 3.
3?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe 3. Counting because you probably have to factor in commercial breaks, so it probably was 3.
Yeah.
He didn't really do too much to mention. He did a
Ham-
lot of shit. He did a
Hamburger
ton of
Hill.
stuff.
It's the only
Yeah, he
thing I
did.
really heard of.
Yeah, he did Hamburger Hill. Is that like the Hamburger Hill though?
I think so.
I was
Yeah, it
thinking
looks
maybe
like
it
it.
was like a different version. He did a Robin Hood thing. He did.
Dot kill.
Yeah, he did Dot Kill,
Dot
whatever that
kill.
is. He did a bunch of stuff, but it's all like it. You know what it looks like? It looks like the type of straight to DVD releases you find at like Walgreens. You know, it's like this really generic.
The grocery store. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
and
end of the
like
magazine aisle.
they're like they come in like packs of 5 where there's like just 5 random movies thrown together, and you can get them for like $2.
I would imagine.
Well,
yeah.
either way, looks like a I guess one interesting thing is he did direct the Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy series, the original.
It looks like he did a lot of war stuff.
Yeah, he looks like a war guy.
I wonder if that's his thing, like he injects pirates into everything.
One could only hope.
That'd be great.
I think every
Just-
movie needs some pirates.
Just a pirate. Just a pirate in there. Why
I
not?
think life in general needs pirates.
Everything is better with pirates.
Yes.
All right, let's
God.
go ahead and give you a drum roll on this bad boy. Ryan, what do you give Noah's Ark?
True.
That's a 2 out of 10.
Mm.
Now, the big question is, what do you think about the new one, Ryan?
I didn't see any breeze for it at all. However, the fact that it's about this movie or anything dealing with the Bible, I am not a fan of that.
What?
Now,
It's
what if
always, it's always like the story's always embellished, and I don't like that kind of stuff.
what do you mean the story's embellished?
Like,
Dude, it's an epic story of
they
one man.
make the story's better for viewing purposes.
Do you want the real shit? You want like the
Yeah.
real deal stuff.
Yes.
Well, according to this, it's inspired by the epic story of hope, courage, and survival.
Right?
So
Yeah,
you got all 3 in there.
you just don't know what you're talking about, Ryan.
Yes.
He wants the literal, real interpretation of the real life story that happened, as according to the Bible.
Or nothing about the Bible at all.
What if I told you
All
that
or
it was
nothing.
it
All or
was
nothing.
directed by the same guy that did Requiem for a Dream?
That kind of interests me, but it's still about Noah and his goddamn ark.
It is very surprising to see that Darren Aronofsky went from Pi to Noah, or Requiem for a Dream to Noah. What?
But it's not.
What happened?
It's not as surprising to say, oh, the same guy that did The Fountain.
See
Noah.
that's the only one I haven't seen of his.
Well, I actually haven't seen it either, but it content wise and like visually and tonally, it looks similar.
So what are your thoughts, Adam, on Noah?
I don't think it looks very good at all.
I think it's the worst trailer I've seen so far this year. I've seen a lot of shitty trailers, but
Yeah,
the
I mean,
trailer
I don't.
just makes it look like one of the worst things.
Yeah, the
come
trailer
out this
does
year.
make it. The trailer makes it look extremely cheesy for
Mhm.
some reason.
Yeah.
Like it looks like it's gonna be overly sentimental and have lots of slow motion with big epic music and I don't know.
Flaming
It's just-
swords.
Is Emma Watson in it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like her.
Is that
It's still about Noah and his fucking ark.
what if it wasn't? Because it's just called Noah. It's not called Noah's Ark.
It'd be
What if
great
it
if it
was-
was like the early stages.
Yeah,
It's
it was like his when he's like a
before-
teen.
Yeah, like well before he makes the arc. There's no mention of an arc at all. It's just the story of one of his Tuesdays where he had a bad day at work.
You know, it wouldn't surprise me though if like they did make it like him as a young adult and like at the end of the movie, and it was just him going through like drama, you know, teenage drama, and at the end of the movie is when he finds out about the ARK, and they leave it as a cliffhanger, and then they turn it into a trilogy. And they call it the Noah trilogy.
I could see that happening.
And the second one is just him building it, and then the third one is the flood.
The old flood.
You hear that, Hollywood? Squandered opportunity right there.
Come on. You guys are usually so good at making trilogies. Fucking missed opportunity.
Draw out that story. You need to draw out every story as long as possible.
I want they draw out this one.
Yeah, anyway.
I want a trilogy based on my life.
That would be a pretty that'd be pretty Oh god. It'd be the most boring trilogy in the entire world. It'd just be you sitting around smoking dope and doing nothing all day, complaining.
Just yelling at your mom. Ordering Romas and falling out of your wheelchair once in a while.
It'd be like 4 hours of your mom doing laundry every single day. And then you playing 5 minutes of a video game and then rage quitting. and you breaking 25 different headsets. Actually, that is a trilogy that I do want to see.
It could be very interesting, actually. Make that like art house style. Like Gene Dealman. Just show Ryan eating Pringles for like 20 minutes.
Or like in the Turn Horse.
I hate the fuck out of Pringles.
I want to see Ryan eating a baked potato with his bare hands, showing it for 10 minutes.
The only reason I say the Pringles is because every time...
I know. I know why.
Oh, God.
Ryan likes to smash the Pringles into his face while eating them. Okay. Any other thoughts, Ryan, on Noah's Ark or the new Noah?
Bullshit.
Oh, God. Lord have mercy. Ryan, will you be my pastor?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, God. Oh, before I forget, this is completely off topic, but if anyone wants to play some Titanfall with Ryan, it's a load of fun. And me. We're both pretty bad, but on Xbox Live, his name is My Legs Don't Work, and my name is Zombie Farts. So look us up on Live.
Become more friend.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think that'll wrap it up. For all the latest film news and reviews, visit us at filmpulse.net. Send us your questions. Podcast@filmpulse.net is the address, and we'll be sure to answer them on the show. And follow us on Twitter @filmpulse.net. For filmpulse.net, my name is Adam.
And I'm Kevin.
And we'll see you on Monday. What?
You want to do it again?
Sure. What do you give Noah's Ark?